Right, we'll make a start. Good morning, everyone. My name is Zubair. Welcome to the pre-enrollment sport level 2 taster lesson. I'm going to spend the first couple of minutes just going through the course, what the course entails, course requirements, and some of the units and modules you'll be studying this year. Okay. So the awarding body for OCR is, for the level 2 is OCR Cambridge Tech. And it's a really good course. It's a vocational course. It's a combination of both theory and also practical. So your lessons will constitute theory lessons and also practical lesson as well. And we try to make it scenario based where we're simulating you working in the sports industry. So if you're looking to pursue a career in fitness or coaching or in sports development or in some form of leadership role, then this course will be suitable for you. There are two courses on the level 2 sports course. You've got the extended certificate, which is an equivalent to 2 GCSEs. And you've also got the level 2 diploma, which is the bigger course of the two, which is an equivalent to 4 GCSEs. There are 3 grade boundaries as well. So you get a pass, merit, and a distinction as well. Pass being the lowest grade boundary, distinction being the highest. So these are some of the units, these are all the units that you'll be studying on the extended certificate course or the diploma course. So you can see there, if we start with the extended certificate, you've got a variation of different units, such as practical sports, where you have to you have to play an individual sport, a team sport, and then you'll be assessed on your performance. Anatomy and physiology in sport, which is about the physiological aspect of the body. So, the different body systems, such as the muscular system, the skeletal system, the respiratory, the cardiovascular system, and how they link in with exercise. Development of personal fitness. What we usually do is we we put you into pairs and you develop a fitness program for your pair, for your client. And also planning and leading sports activities, which is a sports coaching unit where you get the opportunity to coach a sport of your choice, and then you'll be assessed on that. On the diploma, you study the same units as you would do on the extended certificate, but you study 4 additional units, so 8 units in total. How will you be assessed? So we assess you in various ways. As I said at the start of the lesson, we try to make it as vocational and as scenario based. So we assess you via written reports, presentations, practical assessments, video recordings, a variety of different ways to basically improve your different skill set as well at the same time. Okay, so how will you study? So as I said, you'll be studying a combination of theory lessons, which will be classroom based, and also practical lessons, which will take place in the sports hall, where you'll be doing indoor practical sports, on the sports field, where you'll be doing outdoor practical sports. And we've got amazing facilities where we've got a full-size cricket pitch, we've got a rugby pitch, we've got a football pitch. We've also got 2 fitness suites as well. We've also got a sports science lab. So a lot of your practical lessons will be taking place in those facilities. Again, you'll be studying. There'll be trips and visits as well, which will be linked to your units. Group work, which is very important. So yeah, those are some of the things where we will be testing your learning. Course entry requirements, you should know that by now. So there they are. Okay, so one of the units in this lesson that I'm going to be covering is fitness testing and training. Okay, so if I just tell you a bit about it, what you do is you learn about the different fitness components, such as health-related components, skill-related fitness components, and why that's important for an athlete. and how to maximize the sporting performance of an athlete. So if we take someone like, I don't know, if you've got the European Championships going on at the moment, someone like Harry Kane, how does he train? How does he improve his fitness in order for him to be the striker that he is at the moment? Okay. We also look at fitness testing. So what fitness tests do we carry out on athletes in order to assess their fitness components? So in the practical lessons, that's one of the things that you're going to be doing, is testing other people, their different fitness components. Okay, so if I give you an example, in order to measure speed, one of the fitness tests that you carry out is the 30-meter sprint test over 3 tries, and then you record their highest score, and that's how you would carry out that fitness test. If you're looking at something like measuring strength, one of the things we do is we get you in the gym and we test out your 1 rep max on a bench press or any other equipment, or you can use an alternative method, which is the hand grip dynamometer test as well. So we also look at lifestyle choices and how those affect and how that impacts sporting performance. I want to show you a video now, which basically looks at sport and exercise science and in fitness in general. So it'll be a really good video to give you a bit more insight into sport and also fitness testing and training. But before we do that, I have got a question for you. What are the government guidelines for physical activity in a week? Does anyone know? And if you know, can you just type it into the Q&A box, please? So what are the government guidelines for physical activity in a week? So how much exercise should you be doing in a week? Okay, we haven't got any. Here we go. Brilliant, Adriana. 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, thank you for your answer. Anyone else? So if I just give you a bit of a clue, it's about 100 and so if, yeah, I'll actually tell you 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week. So something like walking or jogging or moderate cycling, or 75 minutes of vigorous activity where you're working at high intensity. So playing sports, it could be something like netball or football, basketball, tennis, those types of sports. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the video now. Oops. Here you go.
Today can run faster, jump higher and hit harder than ever before. Athletes today can run faster, jump higher and hit harder than ever before.
We can't see the video.
Thanks in part to sport and exercise.
Oh, sorry. Give me a second.
I think you need to unshare it and then share it again.
Okay. Stop share. Share screen. Share computer sound.
Exercise scientists.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can see that now.
Who are using their
Okay, right. Let's go back to the beginning.
harder than ever before. Thanks in part to sport and exercise scientists who are using their understanding of physiology to optimize athletes' training, performance and recovery, and helping us live healthier lives through physical activity. Take Jamie. He works as the sports scientist for a professional football team. Jamie is helping the players stay injury-free by using sensors on the skin to gather data on muscle contractions and fatigue. and using these data to tailor players' training to maximise performance and minimise injuries. Then there's Victoria. She's investigating why athletes with spinal cord injuries seem prone to overheating. This is when our deep body temperature goes too high, increasing blood flow to the skin and putting greater strain on the heart. Below their injury, these athletes' bodies can't regulate temperature through usual methods like sweating. And the higher up the injury, the worse the problem is. With competitions like the Paralympic Games increasingly held in hot climates, this research could play a vital role in helping to prepare athletes and keep them safe. And it's not just athletes who benefit from sport and exercise science. It's also helping people with physiologically challenging jobs, like those working in extreme environments and the emergency services. Radica works with the fire service to measure the physiological impact of wearing protective equipment like respiratory devices. These units allow firefighters to work in hot, smoky conditions, but the extra load can place increased strain on the heart and decrease firefighters' capabilities. So Radica's research is being used to devise recommendations about how long firefighters should use such protective equipment. And what does sport and exercise science mean for the rest of us? Well, it's been said that if exercise were a pill, it'd be one of the most impactful drugs ever invented. From improving patients' fitness prior to surgery to combating epidemics such as obesity and diabetes, sport and exercise scientists are showing us how physical activity can help us to live healthier lives for longer. But is occasional exercise enough? Recent research has uncovered something known as the active couch potato phenomenon. This describes people who are physically active but who still spend many uninterrupted hours sitting down. It turns out this can cause real problems for our bodily systems, with increased blood pressure, cholesterol, and risk of cardiovascular disease. So sport and exercise scientists have a big challenge to make sure we're moving more and staying healthy. By helping athletes, protecting workers, and pushing for greater public health, physiologists in sport and exercise science are using their knowledge for good everywhere. Now is a great time to get involved.
Okay, right, let me go back to my slide. Okay, so yeah, those are some of the benefits of sport and exercise science. Okay, so next you've got an activity. So what I'd like you to do, so you've got a picture here of Cristiano Ronaldo, who's a football player for Portugal and also Juventus. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down 11 fitness components, or as many as you can. I know I'm quite specific with 11, but as many as you can. List fitness components that Cristiano Ronaldo needs in order to help him perform in football. Okay, so one of the fitness components I gave you an example on was speed. So that can be your first one. But if you can think of any other fitness components that he needs in order for him to perform in football. And can you just type that into the meeting chat, please? Or into the Q&A box, sorry. So this could be physical fitness components, or it could be skill-related fitness components as well. So just type into the Q&A box, see what you guys have come up with. Here we go. So we've got Adriana, agility, balance, body composition, cardiovascular endurance, good. Coordination, flexibility, muscular endurance, muscular strength. That is really good. I think you've done this before, haven't you? Excellent, some really good stuff there. So that's a combination of both physical fitness components and skill-related fitness components. So Theo has come up with strength, yeah, muscular strength. Excellent. Can you, now, bit of an extension activity, those fitness components you've just come up with, can you separate them or categorize them into either physical fitness components and skill-related fitness components? So agility, would that come under skill-related, or would that come into physical fitness? So a bit of an extension task there, if you can have a go at that, and the rest of you as well. See what you guys have come up with. Even if you give me an example for each one, so one example for skill related and one example physical fitness related. Okay, so a skill-related skill-related example would be fitness components such as agility and balance, because these are components that would help with your overall skill in a sport. So if I take Cristiano Ronaldo as an example, he's a footballer. As a striker, you need to have the agility and balance in order to maneuver away from the defenders, to help you to create space for yourself in order to score a goal. So those are components that would help with Ronaldo's overall skill. Health related or physical fitness components are components such as cardiovascular endurance or strength or muscular endurance, which help with the general health and well-being of an individual. Okay, so you've got a second activity. I can just maneuver. Okay, so what you've got here is a table. On the right hand side of the table, you've got a list of definitions. Okay, what you need to do is you need to select the fitness component from the word bank at the bottom, and you need to match it with the correct definition in the table. So for the first one, the ability of the body to exercise for a long period. Okay, so select the correct fitness component from the word bank. Okay, and in the Q&A box, can you just write down 1 and then your answer, and then 2 in your answer? So in total, you'll have 11 answers. So if you just number them, and then alongside it, have the correct fitness component against it. Okay, so if I give you a few minutes to do that. Again, if you're struggling with some of them, just have a go. Okay, I want you to have a go. Try your best. That's all we can ask for. Okay, but just make sure that you read the descriptions and the definitions carefully. Minimize that one. Right, let's get some answers in, guys. Even if you type in just type in what you've got so far. If you haven't got all 11, that's fine. Just want to check learning participants. So we got Toby, Theo, Mandeep, Jemish. Okay, so can you just mark your answer sheet, please? So question 1, the ability of the body to exercise for a long period is cardiovascular endurance. Okay, so this is cardiovascular endurance is the strength of your heart. Okay, the healthier your heart, the stronger your heart. It's able to then deliver more oxygen to your working muscles, which then allows you to exercise for longer. Muscular strength, so sports such as rugby require a lot of muscular strength. So question 3 is the ability of muscles to keep contracting without getting tired is muscular endurance. So sports such as cycling and tennis, where there's repeated contractions over a long period of time, is muscular endurance. Actually a good fitness test for that is the press up test. So if you want to have a go today, guys, if you just do as many press ups as you can in a minute, see what you get for your score. Question 4 is flexibility. Question 5 is speed. So running fast or hitting fast balls, such as in baseball, or running fast if you're a 100-meter sprinter, such as Adam Jamili for Great Britain or Usain Bolt. For those of you who know a bit about sprinting. Question 6 allows you to be explosive, power. So sports such as javelin, shot put, discus. The percentage of body weight that is fat, body composition. So some sports require to be really low in body fat, such as cycling, horse riding, boxing as well, because you have different weight classes ranging from bantamweight all the way to heavyweight. How quickly can you change direction? Agility. Yeah, so are you able to pivot in basketball? Are you able to pivot quickly? In cricket, are you able to change direction when you're running in between the wickets? In netball, for example, again, are you able to collect the ball, catch the ball, and turn? Ability to perform tasks in sports such as running and then passing a ball in rugby, coordination. So hand, eye, feet coordination. The ability to keep your body stable, balance, and the decision it takes someone to make a decision to move, reaction time. So again, sports such as football, cricket's a good example, baseball's a good example, where you've got to focus on a stimulus such as a ball, and then you've got to react very quickly. So in cricket, a ball's coming at you at 90 miles per hour over a 22-yard distance. Have you got the reaction time, the speed of light to react to that ball? Okay, so add up your scores, total them up, and then just pop it into the Q&A box, see what you guys have got. All right, let's move on to the next part. I was going to show you a video, but we will just move on to the next one. So I was going to show you a video, but what I'm going to do instead is I want you to think about a football or a sport of your choice. Okay, so whether that's basketball or, I don't know, triple jump, it's up to you. Whatever your sport is, or whatever sport you're interested in the Q&A box, I want you to give me a couple of examples. So I want you to give me one example from physical components. So where the mind map is on the left, so the blue one, and then I want you to give me one example from the right mind map, okay, of a situation in your sport where you would use that fitness component. So if we start off with athlete's physical component of fitness, one of the ones you might focus on is flexibility. So give me a situation in your sport where you would use flexibility. Another example you might use for a skill-related fitness component is power. So give me an example from your sport where power would be useful, or where power would be used. Okay, so actually, can you just type in 2 sentences, one for each fitness component? Okay, so hold on, we've got a answer here. No. Okay, so we've looked at different fitness components, skill-related fitness components, health-related fitness components. We've looked briefly at fitness testing as well. So I hope you've got an insight into some of a unit that you'll be studying next year. And I hope you found that informative and also interesting as well. In fact, it's actually one of my favorite units. And yeah, if you have got any questions, let me know. Thank you for attending the sport taster lesson, and hopefully I get to see you guys in the next academic year. Take care. Thank you.